Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again another day, committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. Out of the 25,000 realtors in Tampa Bay, we rank in the top 1%. So we're real excited about that. Want to help you win in your real estate deals, buying, selling, or investing, of course. We've got a great lineup for you today as well. We're going to have Shane Socash back on the show, David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin, talk about crypto, some of the alternative investment opportunities out there. Larry Harbolt as well. He's a real estate educator and author. And we're going to start off the show with Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us, the water guy, or a.k.a. water genius, maybe. We'll see. But before we do, I want to let you know about a couple of these hot listings that we've just got listed here in Tampa Bay. Some properties available here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 5402 U.S. Highway 92 bar. It's a bar right here in Tampa Bay. So if you ever thought of owning your own business, Finish Line Saloon is available. Almost 2,000 square feet. Turnkey operation. Cash cow operation right here. 4 COP beverage license as well, centrally located right here in Tampa Bay. 5402 U.S. Highway 92. It's a bar for sale right here in Tampa Bay. And also, we've got 3 properties side by side, 801, 803 Palm Avenue, 1905 Taliaferro. These are 3 properties side by side. Now, they can be sold separately. 801, 803 Palm Avenue have to be sold together. It's operating as a hostel. So she's got lots of rentals here, lots of income, another cash cow available right here in Tampa Bay, close to downtown, close to Ybor City. Great investment opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at PlatinumMVPteam.kw.com. And this segment is brought to you by Discovery Golf Cars, a.k.a. Golf Cart Depot, formerly known as Golf Cart Depot. And they are for recreation business. Everybody's getting a golf car. It's a lot of fun. Lots of makes and models available. E-Z-Go, Star EV, Cushman. They've got new and pre-owned opportunities to own golf cars right here in Tampa Bay. Give them a call. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Tell them you heard about them right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Discovery Golf Cars, a longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, Fred DeFelice back in studio. Welcome back, my friend.
Great to be here as always, man.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. The water man. Yeah. All things water.
All things water. Been in water most of my life. Mostly in hot water with my wife, if you ask her.
Yeah. Yep, been water, long-time plumber.
Second generation, love what I do.
It's such an interesting topic, too. I mean, here's a quote as well. Tampa Bay region will need an estimated 10 million additional gallons of water per day by 2028.
Yep, that's
10
around
million.
the corner.
It's hard to imagine 10 million. What's a swimming pool have in it, roughly?
Oh,
how many gallons is that?
30,000 gallons.
About 30,000 gallons. So you're talking about 10 million a day going to be needed in 2028. There's 7 years roughly from now.
Yeah.
Wow. So what are we going to do? How are we going to meet those constraints?
Well, they have. In fact, people should just take a chance and go on to tampabaywater.org.
Mm-hmm.
They just published a report, and they're explaining some of the things they're doing. You know, they have to upgrade, and they are talking still about using the reclaimed water. You know, that water you use on your lawn.
Yep.
To recycle that as well.
The water you flush.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the reclaimed water. Yeah, because you think about states like California. You know, they're obviously challenged. You see not only the power outages but also the water shortages.
Droughts. Yeah.
Droughts. The fire issues they have out there. I think that's a lot of it's from not properly maintaining their forest. You know.
Yeah.
But in Florida, man, I could see this happening. What's the latest some of the technology in desalination, Fred? Have you followed that at all?
There's nothing new on that.
Nothing new. I mean, it seems like with all the technology out there, Elon Musk trying to go to Mars, and it's like, can we figure out how to create fresh water from salt water? Yes, but I guess it's expensive, extremely expensive.
It's very expensive, a lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
What they are big RO systems, you know.
Reverse osmosis.
Yeah, and they require a lot of service.
Yeah.
When I first moved here to Florida and got so turned off by the water, I started looking into alternatives, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing we discovered was equipment that could take water from the atmosphere, make water from air, if you will.
Wow.
And
That's
we
pretty cool.
really got excited about that. And I became a distributor for a particular manufacturer, and we were setting up dealers throughout Florida. But they just couldn't make enough water, and in the winter months, you didn't have enough humidity in the air.
Okay.
So that's what got us onto the
So
track.
water from the air.
Water from
I was waiting
air.
on a punchline there, but it never came.
Yeah.
But yeah, you think about it, making water from air. Wow,
Well,
that's
when you
pretty
have
cool.
the humidity in the air, 50, 60%, you can
Yeah.
extract that,
I see.
and they've used that on the space programs as well. I mean,
Right.
up in space, they took any amount of humidity in that cockpit
Right.
and converted it. So that's what really got us started into looking to other technologies, because we knew we had enough water here to supply us. We just couldn't drink it. So that's what led us to finding out different technologies, and eventually led us to where we are today. And really for the last 12 years, I'm the only one that I know of speaking about the waste of water from water softeners.
That's
And
right.
And besides the water they waste, the pollution how they pollute the environment. So when you see a report like this where they're going to be needing 10 million gallons of water extra, it just stands to reason that the water softeners are going to be a dead issue before long. They have been outlawed in many states, starting in California. In 2004, actually, they started there. And
Wow.
other states are picking up on that now.
Yeah, it seems
So-
like it's just an old technology.
Yeah,
that
and
Florida should get on board with that.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it. That's what we had years ago.
Yeah.
There was nothing else.
Yeah.
Fortunately, what we have, the technology we have, we're so proud of it. It was actually developed in Germany about 16 years ago. And basically, they came up with a solution for big boilers that made hot water for hotels.
Okay.
And they would get scaled up so bad that they physically had to take them apart and chip all that scale out.
Wow.
So once they put this technology to use, they never had to clean those again.
Wow.
So since then, they've been able to make these available for residential and commercial systems as well. And that's the technology we use. And so we've been using this a long time. It's proven. Hard water is a result of minerals,
Minerals in the water.
and the minerals are what's good for us.
Right.
So don't take the minerals out. Let's take care of the minerals so they don't make scale.
Right.
And that's what we do.
Yeah, because your program, you have a program where, for homeowners, business owners, they can set up this, it's an outside system that you kind of mounts outside. Then you also have the under the sink for the drinking water on the inside, an additional filter.
Yep.
And it uses something like the coconut husk
Yeah,
technology.
coconut shells.
Coconut shells.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they make the carbon from coconut shell
Interesting.
rather than using bituminous coal.
Okay.
Carbon filters are made with coal as a general. So now we're making it out of charcoal.
Nice.
If you remember in the old days where you bought charcoal in a bag, it was really wood that was burned. Well, they take those shells of the coconut, a renewable source that we have, right, and just make charcoal out of that. And,
Nice.
and another process they use, it's really the only thing that's been proven to remove chloramine in the water, which, as most people know now, is ammonia mixed in with the chlorine. So it's vital to really, for the sake of your body, your immune system and everything, to have the right kind of water in your home. And let's stop polluting the environment at the same time.
Yeah, those saltwater systems are not good. Chloramine, ammonia, pharmaceuticals,
Right.
bacteria sometimes, all found in the water.
Yeah.
And by the way, last time, one of the last times you were on, you were speaking with James. I was out that day, sick or something, and you had a conversation about what happened in Oldsmar.
Yeah.
Any updates on that?
We haven't heard a thing. I've been looking and researching or hoping
Yeah.
to find something. I just hope they found the guy that did that,
Yeah, so I guess if somebody listening right now hasn't heard that, Can you give a quick synopsis of what it was?
Somebody hacked into the computer system. Mm-hmm. We think the water companies out there pouring stuff by hand into the water for us, to keep us safe. It's all done electronically. It's all done with computer. And someone was able to hack into the computer system. And there was hydrochloric acid, which is lye. People would know of lye. Was one of the things they use in a very small amount in the water treatment. And he was able to go in there and set it so it would put in 10,000 times more of that particular chemical.
Wow.
And fortunately, somebody was monitoring the screen. And if you have your computer worked on remotely, you can see the guy moving the mouse.
Yep.
And he saw what was going on.
Wow.
And he got a hold of his supervisor, and they in turn corrected it and got a hold of the FBI.
Yeah.
So we don't know who I don't know if they're not reporting whatever they found out.
Yeah, don't know if it's domestic terrorist, foreign terrorist,
exactly.
Inside job, who knows? And that could have killed somebody, is that right? Could have killed
absolutely.
People? Yeah.
To that amount in there, the first thing, it would have burned your skin, and God forbid if you drank it.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it would eat you up inside.
Wow, unbelievable.
So,
we're talking with Fred DeFelice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, longtime friend of the program. His website is waterscience.us, waterscience.us. Can put these whole house filters on your property, can help you get drinking water. He has the bottled water challenge.
Yeah.
Talk about the challenge.
Well, we run into people that are spending a ton of money every month on buying bottled water at Publix or wherever they go. And because of our financing rates that we have, we guarantee that we can probably get you a system and finance it for probably less than what you're spending a month on bottled water.
Yeah.
So we encourage that challenge. If you're spending $30 a month on bottled water, you can own the system.
Yeah, that's awesome. Reach out to Fred, get that system on your home. We have one, again, first-hand experience, first-class organization Fred and his team runs at waterscience.us hooked us up on our home. And recently, too, Fred, I tapped into the water supply from the lake for my irrigation.
Perfect.
I had Chad Irrigation come in, and they ran a separate line, separate
Perfect.
pump, and now I'm using lake water instead of the expensive city water
Attaboy.
as well. So, yeah, Chad
that's
Irrigation.
smart.
Victor with Chad Irrigation did a great job for that. Lindsay also bought one of these little machines where you can take the tap water and inject the for a little bit of bubbly. You inject the CO2 in there, I guess it is, and it makes, because I drink some Perrier water. I drink a lot of the Perrier.
Yeah,
but
and you already have the minerals in there, so it's perfect.
Yeah, just add the CO2.
Yeah. We designed. I have it on my drawing board. We have a system where we can take that lake water, run it through a hand-operated pump, and you can get pure drinking water from that in the event of any other kind of problems we have.
Yeah.
We've also had the idea of using that for people that have a swimming pool.
Yeah.
You got a 10,000-gallon pool of water, and all of a sudden the water company's turned off.
Yeah.
If
Who knows with the unprecedented
stick one of
things
our
happening.
systems in there, crank it up.
Wow.
And you got it.
That's pretty cool for emergency situations. Different political stuff happening. Everybody's nervous. They're buying these prepackaged meals in case they're going to their bunkers and in the Midwest and all that out there. You got the bunkers underground for that type of thing. So we got another chart here: supply and demand at a glance. It shows groundwater 60.8% of the water source blend, desalinated water and river water. As far as water delivered to members. So you got Hillsborough County, 70.87 million gallons per day. Pasco County, 32.49 million gallons per day. Pinellas County, 49.41 million gallons per day. And then it gets into different cities. But what is that? What do we make of this, Fred?
Oh, that just shows you the growth in our areas.
Yeah.
And the kind of water that where the demand is going to be increasing.
Right.
We do get a ton of water from the Hillsborough River, for example, and a lot of pollutants wind up, that they can't take out, particularly the pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah. Pharmaceuticals in the water, all kinds of stuff in the water. So your system removes.
Our under-sink
100%
system is designed to take out the pharmaceutical drugs, the fluoride, and the microplastic particles.
Yep.
These are things that your body cannot get rid of once it's inside you.
Yeah.
Maybe the pharmaceutical drugs, I don't know, but the fluoride, there's more research being done on that. And we mentioned the last time on the show, if you just look at your Crest toothpaste
Yeah.
and look at the warning label, if you swallow that certain amount, you better call poison control.
Jeez, just from your brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
Fred DeFelice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, waterscience.us, longtime friend of the program, just overall awesome guy, business owner here in Tampa Bay. Support the local economy, support the local radio show here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Fred, final thoughts for us.
I'd like to reach out to any custom home builder out there that's green certified. We're starting to do more with new homes now, giving your customer a chance to put in the right system right off the bat and not get burnt by putting in a water softener, because as soon as you close on your home, you're getting bombarded with calls to put in a water softener.
Yeah.
And most people don't know there's an alternative, and we're doing the best we can to educate them.
Yep.
So we are reaching out to new home builders.
Good. New home builders, get on board. Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us. Thanks a lot, my friend.
It's always a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Coming up, we got Shane SoCash, David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin, one of our newer expert contributors on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We dive deep into some of the alternative investment options out there. Precious metals, gold, silver. He does appraisals as well. And, of course, crypto coin, Bitcoin. How can we not talk about that? Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
My friends, when choosing a listing agent to sell your home, their track record is critically important. Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. They're consistently rated by the MLS in the top 1% of all Tampa Bay realtors, and that's a big deal. Brandon and Lindsay are always among the top realtors in the state. Call them today at 813-750-0550.
Find them at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
My name is James DeJerome, and I produce the Consumer Quarterback Show for Brandon Rhymes. The Consumer Quarterback Show is a team, a group of like-minded professionals who partner together to provide our audience sound advice, knowledge, and information to make them wiser consumers. We work with all types of business owners and aggressively promote our local economy. We're currently conducting interviews for our expert contributors. If you own a business or know someone who would benefit from the exposure our show provides, please contact us at 813-750-0550 or online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate deals. If you're buying, selling, or investing, we'd love to talk to you right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, highlighting Tampa Bay properties here on our Consumer Quarterback Show. And we got some great opportunities in the area, whether you're buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. We've got a great team, about 10 folks on our team, transaction coordinators, buyers, agents, and all types of ways that we can help you with the real estate side of our business. 1401 Seminole Boulevard. This is a vacant lot available in the Largo area. It's a major thoroughfare, Seminole Boulevard, 1401 Seminole Boulevard, 0.82 acres, corner lot. Great opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 1010 Bay Esplanade, Clearwater Beach, Millionaires Row. Beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay, 3,100 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath. You got a 2-car garage, private apartment, and also a private 3rd-story sun deck right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, 1010 Bay Esplanade. Just a short walk to the beach and the dolphin-filled waters of Clearwater Beach right here in Tampa Bay. Somewhere sunny and 75. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, going to the phones now. Welcoming back Shane Socash. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Good afternoon, Brandon.
Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Owner of David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin, back on the show. And Shane, we love to dive into these alternative investment opportunities for people. It's right now. It's such a it's a weird time. We're printing money hand over fist. I believe we just passed another $1.9 trillion package. Kind of deemed as a bailout package for COVID, with less than 9% of the money's actually going to COVID. More or less a slush fund for some of the politicians up there. But alternative investment options. What are you seeing in your space?
We're busy. Having been here 21 years, I have never witnessed as much metal going out.
Wow.
We are selling metal, gold and silver, platinum too. It's kind of just makes my head spin. People are concerned about the future, and they definitely see a bit of a place to be in metals that offers some security.
Yeah. So we're talking about heavy metals, but not AC/DC then. We're talking about heavy metals going out. So people can actually buy gold and silver and platinum from you directly at your store right there in St. Pete?
Absolutely. Physical gold, silver, and platinum in typically 1 ounce form.
Yeah, and they love, let's kind of talk about pros and cons too, because some people are thinking about Bitcoin, okay, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, there's other types of cryptos. So gold and silver, it's a great store of value, but maybe not as much of a utility as, of course, cash or even crypto coins, Bitcoins, for example.
Yeah, you can't. Typically, you can't buy bread with your silver. I don't understand Bitcoin completely, but it seems like you can with that. But we've always been here. We've always been buying and selling, and if it ever came to the point where people needed to sell it, there's never been a point in the history of our company we haven't been open to buy it and turn it back into money.
Yeah, exactly. Collectible coins, and you also buy gold as well. People wanting to buy, is that right?
We do, so yeah, we purchase gold as well, definitely.
Yeah,
gold in all forms. Same with silver and platinum.
Yeah, so the Bitcoin and cryptos, it's such a different topic. It's an interesting. I was listening to a podcast this morning. It's also kind of a testament on how we get our information now. It used to be reading the paper and finding. I listen to a lot of different podcasts from different sources, but I just heard J.P. Morgan rolling out their own version of their own cryptocurrency. So, some of the big banks. There's also rumors about the federal government potentially, starting their own type of a currency, online cryptocurrency. So it's an interesting space, Shane.
Absolutely. Kind of makes my head spin. I'm looking at Bitcoin sitting right at this second at 53,791, and it's like that's some dollars.
Heavy dollars. That's heavy dollars. And then folks like Elon Musk kind of getting into it. He took, I think, 5% of Tesla's cash reserves on hand and put it into the Bitcoin because, hey, on Mars, I guess they're going to be spending Bitcoin. You never know. But, so I want to dive a little bit deeper into some of the different offerings that you have. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin right here. Again, another local expert contributor on the Consumer Quarterback Show, a local company to support. And now more than ever, we got to support local businesses. We got to support one another. Stay with us when we come back. More from Shane Socash. He's the owner, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin, alternative investment options, precious metals, also offering appraisals too. I want to talk a little bit about how you value some of these different items as well. And later in the show, Larry Harbolt, our old friend Larry Harbolt, real estate author and educator, and he's a coach as well in the real estate space. Talk about some real estate investment opportunities here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. We would love to connect with you. Consumer Quarterback Show page out there on Facebook, Instagram, as well as the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, at Brandon Rhymes on Instagram and Twitter. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Alrighty, Brandon, let me know when you guys want to proceed. Alrighty, in that case, everyone, please stand by.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We are hiring a couple of real estate agents right now, looking for a couple of buyer agents to add to our team. We're a top 1% ranked real estate team right here in Tampa Bay. We'd love to talk to you. If you are also buying, selling, or investing, we've got some great opportunities, and we feature our real estate listings live on air on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So here's a great opportunity, 12500 Hamlin Road. This is a development opportunity, 41 acres. Perfect opportunity for builder, developer, entrepreneurs that are looking to develop land here in Tampa Bay. Pasco County, one of the hottest real estate markets in the entire United States of America. 12500 Hamlin Road, 41 acres, prime opportunity here, close to Highway 52 as well. Great opportunity to develop land. And I've got about a dozen other real estate listings, vacant land listings, that is, here in Tampa Bay. Great opportunities to buy real estate here in the Tampa Bay area. 516 Alt 19, another great opportunity in Palm Harbor. This is right off of the alternate 19, close to Ozona, and that little golf cart community there of Tampa Bay. 516 Alt 19. It's got a lot here in beautiful Tampa Bay in Palm Harbor. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got Shane Socash here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's the owner of David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. And yeah, you mentioned it's just kind of unprecedented times, Shane. It really is when you see, different, we're printing a lot of money, the Federal Reserve watering down our value of our paper money, our currency, which is a fiat currency, meaning it has, both the intrinsic value, but also you can use it on a daily basis to purchase things. But yeah, it just seems like such an interesting time here in the United States.
Absolutely. All I can tell you is that, people are turning towards metals. It's unprecedented. Yeah. The wealthy and the smartest of our area are turning towards metal, and they're having a small percentage of their net worth squirreled away in metals.
Yeah, that's right. You got a home safe somewhere that you can keep it. And here we always like to talk about things to avoid, things to be careful of, and scams out there. Be careful of some of these places where you actually buy gold or silver or precious metals, but they only send you a paper certificate, Shane. Have you seen that or heard about that?
So I know it exists, and I haven't, I don't know enough about it to really say. It's not my field of expertise.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I've seen it play out, with different scenarios throughout people I've talked to and known about. But yeah, because if you're not actually walking out of the store like you can do with Shane, and when you're buying gold from him or silver, you can actually walk out with that exchanged amount. So you pay a certain amount of paper money for that precious metal. Now you have that, you're secure, and you're made whole. So you got to be careful sometimes if you're buying it online or buying it, even over the phone. Sometimes they're going to mail you a certificate, but you don't actually get to hold the metal. So that's something to be very cautious about if you get in that situation.
Especially in an age of shortages. There are shortages of all the precious metals right now.
Good point.
It is really hard to keep up with the supply. So you definitely want to, if you're putting the money out, you want to walk out of the door with some material.
Talk to me about the jewelry side. I mean, people looking to get engaged, you've got different ways that people are looking to buy jewelry. What are some of the key factors when you think about buying a nice diamond ring, for example?
Well, you definitely want to get with a company that you are comfortable with, that you trust. Do your due diligence, look at the reviews online, get someone who's a graduate gemologist from the Gemological Institute of America, and have them explain what they're looking at. It's probably best practices to stick with GIA or AGS certified diamonds, and that kind of keeps you out of trouble also.
GIA certified diamonds.
Yeah, Gemological Institute of America, they were kind of the creators of the grading system that we use for diamonds today. And they went on to create the AGS also. But basically the grading scale is the same. Find a company that can work with you, explain to you the differences, because tiny differences can make enormous changes in value. So.
Yeah, and I like the idea. Also, I saw one of the tabs on your website there, jewelry design. So my wife, I picked out the actual engagement ring, of course, and then she designed the band, and she got real creative with that. I think women a lot of times they really like that aspect of being able to design their wedding rings the way they want them.
Absolutely. That's what got me into the industry. I've been designing jewelry for going on 30 years now, so that's what drew me into the industry, kind of still where my heart is. Now we have 6 people that design jewelry underneath me, so but it's still where my passion is.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So you've been in the business for a while. You've been in and around it for a long time. What are some of the other misnomers you think people kind of need to know about, or you've seen people miss the mark on?
Well, so if you had mentioned appraisals earlier.
Yes.
One of the biggest things we see is the difference between retail replacement appraisals that can be, if a company sells a ring and appraises it, of course they want to appraise it higher than they sold it for. That's what it's insured for. That's kind of the insurance value, retail replacement. Then when it's time to sell that item, if it ever becomes time to sell that item, that's not the price you get for that ring. Then it changes to something called fair market value, which can be considerably less, somewhere between somewhere around a quarter, sometimes a third of retail replacement value, especially an accurate retail replacement value, will land you what jewelry stores are likely going to offer you for your valuables.
Wow, so that's quite a difference, a quarter difference. I mean, potentially a quarter to a half retail replacement versus fair market value. That's interesting.
Absolutely. And there is logic to it. If I can order something, for $500, we're going to ask $1,000 for it. If you come back to sell it to me, if I can buy it new for $500, I'm going to offer you $250. That's the kind of the logic behind it.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of real estate. Sometimes people don't understand how we value real estate properties, but when you look at the 3 main types of approaches, you got the comparative. So this house on the corner versus that house on the street over that's on the corner, or maybe a cul-de-sac, and then you've got the income approach, more or less for when you're looking at income being created from an asset, and then also like a replacement cost. So if the home were to burn down, how much would it cost me to rebuild and replace that? So similar to in a relation to real estate versus jewelry. But if you just joined us, we're talking with Shane Socash here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's the owner of David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin, right here local in St. Petersburg. What's your location again?
Corner of Central Avenue and 40th Street. It's 4009 Central Avenue in St. Pete.
Central Avenue, great location.
Yep.
Great location.
Been here since 1981, on Central Avenue since 1971.
Very good. Yep. And at one end of Central, you've got towards Treasure Island, you got our hotel partner for the Consumer Quarterback Show, the beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort.
Beautiful.
And then you go the other way, you run into, I believe, the pier down there. Don't you get into St. Pete and down by the new pier?
Yeah, we're kind of halfway between downtown and the beach. The kind of growth is kind of meeting in the middle, and that's where we are. It's kind of the area is really St. Pete just is so nice.
Yeah, great location, Tampa Bay, just the best place to live, work, and play in the entire country. It really is, and we, more and more we're seeing it, especially with our governor doing a great job opening our businesses, keeping us working. I mean, man, Florida, we are blessed to be in Tampa Bay, in Florida, in the United States. What a great place to live, work, and play.
I second that.
Absolutely. All right, final thoughts, Shane. Final thoughts on David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.
Get some precious metals, and I recommend you get them locally.
That's right. Shop local. I love it. Shop local. Support the local economy right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, Shane. Hey, thanks again. Appreciate you calling in.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Take care, my friend.
Bye.
All right. Coming up, Larry Harbolt. We're going to talk real estate investments, coaching. He's an author. He's an educator as well. Longtime friend of the program. You've probably heard of him here on the show. Larry Harbolt coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus, our feel-good story of the day. You remember old Forrest Gump? Remember Bubba Gump, Forrest Gump? Gary Sinise Foundation. Find out about what they did for a Marine who lost his leg in Afghanistan. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253. Check out consumerqb.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. We want to help you win, whether you're buying, selling, or investing, or maybe you're out there thinking, man, I want to get hooked up with a good attorney. I'm looking for an attorney. Hey, we've got a great turnkey connection here for you. As a Consumer Quarterback Show, we've got 50-plus show partners, CPAs, financial advisors, great attorneys, all types of home services, of course, here. So we want you to think of us as the hub of your financial, your business wheel. You know, each one of those spokes extending out, representing another one of our on-air expert contributors, many times local area businesses right here in Tampa Bay that you can work with, you can support and contribute to right here. So we greatly appreciate our Salem radio family out there and all the folks who call in each week to our hotline, 813-750-0550.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Hit us up on the website, 813-750-0550, consumerqb.com. We help you win in any marketplace. Here's our feel-good story for today.
Tell me something good.
All right, so we've got a wounded veteran in California who's been gifted a mortgage-free, specially adapted smart home courtesy of the Gary Sinise Foundation, the actor from Forrest Gump. Jose Barone joined the Marine Corps at age 17, raised by a single mother. Barone said the Marine Corps itself was like a father figure to him. And I didn't have a dad, so the Marine Corps became my father. There was discipline. So I feel like that role model that I needed to become who I wanted to become, end quote. Barron lost his leg and left eye while serving in Afghanistan in 2010. He's been fitted with a prosthetic leg, but he's very painful. And, quote, walking on your prosthetic is pain daily. Your constant pain. People will never see that. He said he's just walking on his prosthetic. When I come home, I want to sit down in a wheelchair and relax. Gary Sinise, who played Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, has been helping veterans for the past 10 years through his foundation. After hearing Barron's story, Sinise Foundation provided him with a fully accessible home, paid in full. And, quote, living in a house that is not accessible to you, you're challenged every single day to do the activities that normal people do, end quote, Barron said. And, quote, just to be able to roll into the shower without jumping any obstacles, to be able to come home and have the whole house accessible in my wheelchair is definitely important to me. So there you go. There's our feel-good story of the day. And shout out to Lieutenant Dane from Forrest Gump there. So there's our feel-good story. Every day we tell you something good and positive on our show. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out the beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island, Florida, and make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. All right, going back to the phones here. Larry Harbolt, real estate coach, real estate author, and educator. Hey, Larry, how you doing, sir?
Doing great. Great to be with you.
Hey, awesome, man. Yes, sir. So, what's happening in your world, man? I know you do a lot of coaching. You do a lot of real estate investing. What are you seeing out there?
Well, I'm seeing, the investors that I know that are, within close proximity, they're doing a lot of deals. There's no shortage of houses, simply because we never look in the same place most people look. I believe the shortage of houses are for people that are looking for a home to live in, or maybe to buy, fix, and sell, and they're looking in the same place, so they're all fishing in the same fishbowl.
Yeah.
We don't look in the multiple listing service. We just have networks of people that find houses, or we find the houses that are not listed, and then we have an option. We can buy, fix, and sell them, or we can buy, fix, and rent them. So we don't see the shortage that everyone else sees, but we don't do what everyone else does.
And that's important. And you're actually an educator, so you teach that in your seminars. By the way, do you have any seminar? I was looking forward to going to your, I think it was an apartment buying seminar or one of the seminars you had. Anything coming up?
Yeah, I've got a land trust class coming up in May, and I've got a 4-day creative seller financing class coming up in June.
Creative financing class in June. Can you give us a tease on that?
Yeah, creative financing is very simply, we don't go to banks. We pay the seller. Or if we do have to borrow money, we borrow from friends that have Roth IRAs, pension plans, things like that. So dealing with banks is not an issue with us. So I prefer to pay the seller every month for the next 30 years.
Right.
Now,
and that can be, go ahead, continue. Yep.
No,
sorry.
I mean, just saying there's many, many ways to do it. I just created a product. It's over 24 ways to make creative offers to any seller.
Because a lot of times they're not looking to cash out right away. They might love the fact that you can offer them a structured type of a payment plan, and they can avoid taxes, minimize taxes.
Let's look at it this way. Most people that have a house, that I only look for ones they don't live in. If they've got a house that they paid for 30 years, it's paid in full, and they bought it when they were 30, they're probably in the proximity of 60 years old. At 60 years old, you start to think about Social Security is going to be coming, your pension plan is going to be coming, retirement, and another pension check every month may be a good thing for some people. And you'll be surprised how many people, when you start talking to them, oh no, they want all cash. But when you explain the benefits of getting the monthly payment so that they've got money coming in for the rest of their life, you'd be surprised how many people will take that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's important. And I want to go back to something you said prior in the interview here. You talked about, you're fishing in different places. You're looking in different places for your leads. Is that something that you can share with us on the show here, or is that something that's more of a, that you're keeping close to the vest?
Well, no, it's something I teach. I teach over 24 places to find properties other than the multiple listing service. One of the places you may think about contacting attorneys. They may have clients that have legal issues. They need money. They need to get rid of properties. Someone passed away. They're, they have a probate. You may get a lead from the attorneys.
Yep.
You can go to CPAs. They have clients that they get into trouble. They need to get rid of properties. That's another excellent place. You can send letters and postcards. That's what a lot of investors do. The only thing is, if you're going to do letters and postcards, you want to be different than everyone else's letter.
Right. Yeah, different.
Because I get them every day, and they all go in the trash because I don't want to sell. But
right.
A lot of people that own properties that they don't live in get these letters. But letters or postcards, another excellent way. One of the things I do is I drive through neighborhoods, and when I see an unloved house,
yep,
it needs work. If I can't find out who lives in the house, if they own it or not, I'll write down the address. I'll go to the Pinellas County Property Appraiser's website. I'll look up the property and see where the property tax statement is sent every year, and I'll send them a letter and ask if they'd like to sell their house.
There you go. Yeah, I like that.
You don't get a big return on those. If I do 3 or 4% of the letters I send out, those letters don't cost a lot of money. But if you do one deal and make $20,000 or $30,000, it was well worth sending out a few letters. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking with Larry Harbolt here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's a real estate author, published author. He's an educator and has these awesome seminars that he does. He got one coming up. You mentioned a land trust class coming up in May. Where is that located?
Yep. They're all in Tampa, on West Shore, Northwest Shore. The land trust is a 3-day. It's at the Hyatt Place Hotel on Northwest Shore behind the Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Oh, there. Yeah, great location. Yep, that's a good one. So land trust. What will people? What's a teaser for people to learn there? What are they going to learn at that land trust class?
A land trust is simply a way of holding title to real estate so your name doesn't appear in public record. Because we're in such a litigious society, I can go to the website. I can put in your name, the county website. I can put in your name, and everything you own will show up. Well, if I see you own a lot of properties, I know exactly where to go trip and fall.
Now, does it make sense to put that like a primary residence in a land trust?
In Florida, no.
Okay.
In Florida, you're better to own your home because of the Homestead Act. You're better to own it in your own name because they can't take it away from you if it's in your own name. But any investment properties, absolutely. I would put them in trust. If you look in public record, you may see me as a trustee. The only thing I own is my home, but you'll never see any of the other properties that I'm connected with.
Let me ask you also, Larry, because an interesting phenomenon of the last few years is vacation rentals by owners, Airbnbs, people short-term rentals. In Pinellas County, it seems like more and more municipalities are banning this practice. Are you seeing that as well throughout the country or throughout Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco?
Well, I'm seeing it here in Pinellas County,
yeah,
somewhat. Some areas are against it.
Yeah.
The biggest problem I see with people wanting to get into that business, they base their buying decision on the potential rent of what, renting it as an Airbnb
right.
is going to bring in, and that's the big mistake. You always want to buy the property based on what you could take in if you rented that same property to a single family.
Right.
Because that way, if the Airbnb doesn't work or the city prohibits it, you can always rent it to a family and not lose the property. And that, to me, that is where a lot of people make a big mistake.
Yeah, that's an important point because if you're you make your money on your buy side of your investments, and if you're overvaluing it based on frequent turnover, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, typically, people in town for the weekend vacationing, you're going to set yourself up for failure from an income standpoint. And also vacancy is another thing to take into account. You're going to, got to be careful of vacancy. And, of course, with pandemics and things of that nature, it's really affected some of those numbers. So, hey, Larry, thanks so much, my friend. We appreciate you calling in. Do you want to give out a website or a phone number?
Yeah, my website is Larry Harbolt, hillsborough.com. And if anybody wants to contact me about talking about any of my classes coming up or just want to talk real estate, you can get me at larryharbolt@gmail.com.
LarryHarbolt.com. LarryHarbolt@gmail.com. All right, my friend. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon,
You
buddy.
bet.
Let's catch
My
up.
pleasure.
All
Okay.
right. Great show today. Hey, we had another great lineup. Fred DeFelice, the Waterman. We had Shane Socash, David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.